Hello, hello, hello. It's me again. This is Real Talk with Amiri. Doing another one, y'all. This is a bonus day. This is Saturday. Um, my sister came over for me to help her with her taxes because she was trying to do some crazy stuff last year. She had like, how much a refund you have on your taxes? 190,000 damn dollars on her refund. I was like, no, Red.
I had claimed some
migrant workers, immigrant migrant workers. No, that is not correct. That's not correct. You're not getting $190,000 refund. You're crazy.
You about to get arrested.
Yeah, you about to get arrested. But doing a quick bonus one today. I said I was gonna do something I've never done before, and this is technically one thing I've never done before is have a podcast with my sister. Afreca Parks. She is a RN, a registered nurse. So she has lots of stories. I told her she needs to start her own YouTube channel and not get personal or personal information, but just talk about some of the things that she sees and some of the things that could possibly help people. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Red Afreca. Introduce yourself.
I don't know what to say, but
introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Red. Just
Red.
call me Red.
Okay. So what do you do for a living?
I'm a nurse.
You're a nurse?
Chemo infusion.
Chemo infusion. How long have you been a nurse?
Since 2017. January of 2017. I'm sorry, 2016.
2016?
My bad. I forgot about that year I worked at that one crazy place and didn't want to work there, but you know.
So, what do you like about nursing? Speak up a little bit.
I really used to enjoy helping people. I used to enjoy trying to make people feel better when they didn't feel so good. Mm-hmm. And like you just falling apart, and somebody comes in the room and gives you something to like change that. It feels so good.
To help somebody.
It feels so good. Like I had this one patient tell me, he said, Miss Afreca, he said, why are you so nice? And I was like, because that's like, I was just doing the regular things that I'm supposed to do for a person. Mm-hmm. And he was like, why are you so nice? And I was like, I'm not being nice. I'm just being
that's what you're
like
supposed
I'm supposed to be. I don't think I'm doing anything extra.
I understand.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little more about your life, or how many kids you have. Are you married? What's going on?
I'm not currently married per se, but you know, we prove
in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship, and we proving each other right now. I am an Israelite, and what that means is that we believe and we know our heritage, that we are the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not fake Jews. We are the real Jews, the true Jews. But anyway, yeah. So that's my situation with my
significant
other and relationship.
Tell us something about your kids.
I have 3 children. I have a 24-year-old son. I have a 17-year-old daughter. And I have a 16-year-old daughter. She just turned 16 on February the 2nd.
And I have a 24-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Right.
They be both of y'all 24 and 17-year-olds.
Right.
We was pregnant at the same time.
Looking swole, dropping stuff, feet swole up, fat.
And your youngest daughter, tell us some about her.
My youngest daughter is she's autistic. They say Asperger's autism. But yeah, she's different. She's different.
She is very different.
Yeah.
But she's very smart, but she's very different.
She's very different. This is a whole new thing for me to have a child with a quote unquote disability. And Yeah, when autism speaks, it's always saying some crazy stuff to me.
To everybody else too.
Oh yes, oh yes. Don't get in the path, cause you will get it. You can get it too. You can get all the smoke. She got. She got smoke too.
She sure does.
Mm.
So I was saying, with this quick little bonus podcast, what could we talk about? Tell us about one of our experiences, funny, comedic. Because my sister's memory is so much better than mine. I have better short-term memory. She got better long-term. She can tell you everything that happened. I'm like, huh? Really? She be telling me stories. I'm like, I was there? Okay, look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be like, you don't remember that, girl?
I don't remember. Look.
Oh, my Lord. I remember that plane like it was yesterday.
So tell us one of those old comedy experiences.
Ooh, Lord. What about the one where you broke your arm?
There you go. What were we doing when I broke my arm?
We had a dog's leash hooked to the little hooks where you hook your plants or
your
swing to on the porch.
And this was a high up porch. It was
that porch was at least about 6 feet.
It was more than
8.
Well,
6,
yeah, 6 to 8
feet. Probably about
feet.
8 feet off the.
There you go.
From the ground.
And you swung first, didn't you? I remember that.
I swung a few times at first, but you showed me how to do it.
Look, don't blame me.
Come on, let's do it.
Don't blame me.
Don't blame me. Look, it's fun. It's fun. So I swung a few times, and I was like, I don't know about this. I knew it was shady. I was like, this ain't gonna stay. This is shady. This porch, this leash is used by some big German
shepherd dogs.
We had 2 big German shepherds, Cage and Marmalade. And we also
German
had
shepherds. I'm sorry,
Great Danes. We had 2 Great Danes, and we had an Alaskan Husky, which was what was her name? California.
You know I don't.
And California used to scare the hell out of me with her. She had some big old blue eyes, and she would bark, and I'd be like, oh, I got to get in the corner. She scared me. But anyway, we swinging on this swing.
The leash.
That we made out the leash. And I get done swinging, and it's your turn. So I see her swinging 1 minute. I see her swinging a couple times. Swoop, 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 back and forth, and then bloop. She gone. I'm like, Amy, where you go? And I look over the edge of the porch, like the railing, and it was a straight drop. And I know it was at least 8 to 10 feet from the straight drop. And she's down there, and she's like, oh. So I run down, and I'm trying to help her. We get her up and get her in the house, and she's got a scrape on it. So we clean up the scrape. And she's like, oh, I really can't feel it. I really can't feel my arm. And I'm like, she's like, it'll be okay. I'll just wrap it up and we'll put some ice on it. And I'm like, we got to tell Mama. We got to tell Daddy. We got to tell somebody. Please, we got to tell somebody. I was like, we can't just, I was like, we got to tell somebody. So we
waited a while, though.
She was trying to force me to wait a while. And I was
remember that.
The nurse in me at that age was like, nope, we got to tell somebody. So I went and told my mama. And we went on to the hospital, to Bethany Medical Center.
In Kansas City, Kansas. And they reset my sister's arm. And she wore a cast for I don't know how long. I know. That was some BS. Look.
Lord have mercy, Bethany.
What about the other story about your earring? I just thought about that.
Lord Jesus. We up in the middle of the night. Go to bed, Red. Go to bed, Amy. So we up screwing around in the hallway. We had this real long hallway it was a kitchen.
That was a runner hallway.
It was a kitchen and our bedroom were in the back. And then we had like kind of a shotgun house.
Shotgun, yep.
And then there was a long hallway, and then my parents' room were to one side, and there was windows on one side of the hallway. and then it went further down to the living room and the front door. So we up messing around in the middle of the night.
Did they have company, or was it just them?
Know. I don't remember that. I can't remember whether they had company, but I know we had on our house coats and our nightgowns and our house
supposed to be
shoes,
in the bed.
You know, up screwing around in the hallway, and my ear. We trying to listen to their conversation or whatever's going on in the living room, and I get my ear caught in the door jam with the little thing where the door, little piece of the door pokes into to close and lock. I get my ear caught in there. And
earring,
not my
your
earring.
Ear. Yeah.
And I try to
jerk
it out. So my whole earring piece gets caught inside
in the middle
of my ear,
her earring hole.
inside of my ear, and we can't get it off. We can't move it. We can't do nothing. So
that was another hospital trip.
That was another trip to Bethany Medical Center, Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte County.
That was another one.
We get there. They take me there. Amy's there. Mama's there. I think it's just Amy and Mama. I don't know if Daddy went. I think he stayed home. So they strapped me to this board. And they're like, yeah, so we can't get that off. And it's caught in the meat and blah, blah, blah. Don't nobody give me nothing to numb this ear. They just strapped me to the board. They snatched that mug out. I was like, oh, no, you didn't.
We had a lot
I think I cussed everybody out in there. I was like, my grandma gonna F you up. Yep. I'm gonna F you up. We gonna F you up. Because my grandma was a soldier, right? Sure. And I was like, she got my back. But she probably would have been like, girl, take your look.
We had a few experiences like that. What about the fire we started? You remember that?
In the backyard?
On the porch. In the little banister. We was like some fire starters.
Yeah, we was pyromaniacs. We was pyromaniacs. And I remember that one we started in the backyard. And then I think there was, I don't know what happened, but Daddy blamed you, and he was like, did you do it? And I was like, I don't know. I think I did it. I don't remember. And I was like, okay, I did it. I don't even know if I did it or not. Then I got a whooping for it, and I was like, shit.
We didn't really get real whoopings either.
Yeah, but when you got a real whooping, you knew it was a real whooping, because Daddy had them fat.
Yeah, but that still wasn't like some of the whoopings that people tell us. I don't remember no real whoopings for me. Like,
well, that's because you wasn't as bad. I was kind of bad. I don't
know about you.
I was kind of bad.
What about kindergarten? Like some of your, because it seemed like your teachers was after you. Or no, you were.
Oh, Miss Dion. Boy, that lady, she was Chinese, and I don't know.
I don't think she was Chinese. I think she was
Chinese or Vietnamese. I can't really remember.
But my sister used to have so many issues in school. And would you consider yourself like ADHD or?
Yeah. I was pre-diagnosed. Yeah. ADHD. They wasn't diagnosing stuff back then.
So I used to be like, Red, will you just do what you're supposed to do?
I can't do it. I can't.
She used to get on my nerves.
I was bad. I was busy.
You wasn't bad, but I would just be like, can you just go with the flow?
I had a little something to say, but then sometimes I wouldn't really say much because the inner monologue was going on, and I was talking to myself. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I don't know who.
Tell us some more about your kindergarten teacher that said she didn't know how to speak English.
My teacher said I didn't know how to speak English well, and maybe I did have like a slight lisp.
No.
But you did. I spoke good English, but she didn't speak
good English. How you gonna talk about somebody
that I don't speak good English, and you don't even speak good English? What the fork? But anyway, Miss Dion, I don't know if that woman's still alive, but
you should call her.
She beat the hell out of me with a paddle one time. Yeah, she beat me. Yeah, I remember that. She beat a couple of them kids.
But I remember her having a meeting and Mama coming to the meeting.
Yeah,
I don't remember what was said.
Okay. And my parents were more like, okay, yeah, she did this or whatever. And then they said I jumped off a table and karate chopped the boy.
That was true though.
I don't know. I
That
don't
was
even remember
true.
it. I don't remember it. I may have. I was active.
You were very active.
I was hyperactive. I was doing a lot all the time.
You sure did. You just used to
And that
stuff.
was like before people got diagnosed with ADHD. They didn't know what was
They
wrong.
just thought you was wild and crazy.
Hyper. Yeah.
But you probably needed more things to do. As I look and read more about ADHD, Danielle said I have ADHD. But as you read more, you just need things to do, and you need to be able to get all that energy out.
Definitely.
You sure did.
I needed more activity. I needed something
to
needed
challenge
somebody to put all that to use. That is
I agree with
useful
that.
energy, but yeah.
So what is something else that we experience?
My middle daughter has ADHD, and she was busy as a bee.
Oh, Asia? Oh yeah.
I remember her getting out of the car one day. She had my lip gloss, my light frosty pink lip gloss, and she put it on her lips while she was in the back seat. I didn't even know it. And she got out of the car and she said, "Bye, Mama." And she kissing her lips and doing her thing. And she gets out of the car and she's ready for the day.
She's ready for the world.
She's ready for the day.
Oh yeah,
and they
Asia
said she would try to take over the classroom because she had to talk about some things.
She need her own business right now because she's not. She need more to do.
Lord,
I'm gonna have to talk to her.
Lord.
But yeah, our family is very comedic. Everybody, cousins, uncles. I think that runs in
the family,
in the bloodline. People be like, "Why would she say that?" It's in me. It's comedic. We got comedy going on, sarcasm.
Oh my God! The one day when the lady was at my house, and they came to see Alea because Alea was delayed in her
because she has autism. Yeah,
she was delayed. She had hearing delay. She had physical delay. She was a floppy baby. She just had delays.
What does a floppy baby mean?
A floppy baby means her muscle tone. She had very poor muscle tone.
Okay.
So she could not lift her head.
Okay.
She couldn't hold her back up to raise her chest and lift her hands and raise herself off the floor.
Okay.
So she did have poor
muscle tone. Yeah.
And I believe that was due to all the stuff because I had issues. I took a lot of Tylenol when I was pregnant with her, and because I didn't feel good, I felt like bad, and they told me Tylenol was okay, but come to find out,
Tylenol is not okay.
No, don't do it, baby.
And for me, I didn't take anything. I'm like,
take anything.
I'm not. I don't trust stuff. So.
Yeah, it's a bad thing. But my baby had delay. She has a hearing delay. She had speech delays. She had She had a lot of physical delays. So they're coming. First steps is coming to my house, and they're
observing her.
Yeah, and they're doing therapy with her. So this one therapist comes in, and she's doing therapy with Leia, and she says they come in, and the therapist brings this particular one is a hearing therapist. Mm-hmm. So she's like, "Oh, hey, Asia," and Asia's like, "What's that in your mouth?" She asked the lady, "What's that in her mouth?" And she's like, "Oh, it's gum, Asia." And Asia's like, Okay. She said, "Well, do you have any more?" And she said, "And I didn't bring any more. I didn't bring my purse with me." So Asia looks at her, and she looks her up and down, and she said, "So this lady has a trainee with her, so she's training." So Asia looks her up and down and says, "So if you didn't bring your purse, so where's your wallet?" I was done. She was like maybe between two and 3 years old, maybe 2. Because Alea hadn't quite gotten, Alea didn't start walking until she turned like 21 months. But she asked this lady, "Where's your wallet?" And I'm just like,
Wasn't it more?
Wasn't it more? Why did they think I taught her this?
No, you did not. It's innate.
And then the other lady, there was another therapist with Alea, and Alea. She's like the physical therapist, and her name was, I believe, Stephanie. So Stephanie's walking back and forth with Alea, and they're doing some things, or she's working with her. Then Alea starts crying because she's getting tired. She's like, this is a lot. So she's like, oh, it's just a little bit more, Alea. She's patting her back, and she's holding her, and she's walking with her, you know, trying to console her and get her calmed down so she can start back working with her. Because it was only like maybe an hour and a half that she worked with her. And she says, Asia looks over at the woman, and she says, while she's holding Alea and patting Alea's back and trying to get her to calm down, Asia says, what you doing? You know you don't like no babies. And I lose my shit and I run around the corner. I'm just laughing. I can't control it. I'm like, I'm done. I don't know what's wrong with my babies.
No,
this
different.
One is too much.
They're different.
This one is too much.
They're different.
I don't know where that comes from.
That comes from inside of them.
I don't know where it comes from.
Whew.
And one day, in particular, we were laying on my bed, and Alea's playing with an empty Frito-Lay bag. And Asia's laying there with us too, and she's sitting kind of behind Alea. And Asia snatches the bag, the Frito-Lay, empty Frito-Lay bag from Alea. And then I snatch the bag from her because she snatches it from Alea. And then Asia looks at me and says, don't stick that up your butt. She's about 1 or 2 years old. I'm like,
what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Why would I stick this up my butt? What world do you live in? Where I would stick an empty Frito-Lay bag up my behind? Alea's probably some good months old, maybe about 7 or 8 months, 9 months, and she was just playing with the bag. And Asia snatched it from her. And then I was like, how's she gonna snatch it from her? And so I snatched it from Asia. And she says, wait, don't stick that up your butt. And I'm like,
what is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Why would I stick this empty Frito-Lay bag up my butt?
Okay. We got like 7 minutes left. Talk about where Bebe told you and Erica to do something. What was that? Yelled out in the store.
Oh, well, we're in the grocery store.
This is my kid.
We had both came in to cash our checks. We had been working at this.
Her and one of her friends, Erica, and then my kids were there, Talentia and Melody.
And we saw Amy and her kids come into the grocery store in Price Chopper, and we were there cashing our checks. And Melody and Bebe, which are Amy's children,
2 older kids.
Yeah, her 2 oldest kids. Melody says, hey, that's Fat Auntie and Big Fat Stinking Erica. And we're like, Erica's like, I hate them kids. You don't really hate them.
And they yelled it out.
It was just out loud in the middle of the grocery store. Just diarrhea of the mouth. So diarrhea.
People be thinking about, why did she like slapstick or sarcasm? It's Emmy.
My kids, her kids.
Oh my God. A lot of comedy, y'all. But this was just a quick podcast. This is something I've never done before with my sister. She need her own channel.
I got more about
you gonna have to come back. My nephew, even worse, very intelligent, very comedic. My nieces, oh my God. But
thugged out.
Yes, thug out comedy. Yeah, this has been just a little Saturday bonus podcast with my sister. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's starting to think. I tell everybody they should start to think about what you're doing.
Right. Research your history.
You can't just keep doing things and getting bad results and not doing anything about it.
Right.
You got to change something.
Research your history. Research your life. Find out who you are. We ain't just black. Where did black come from? We came from the land of black.
No.
Come on now.
Just start doing something different, y'all. Everything is about change and getting better, and things should be improving. In
now
everything.
Let's go for our reparations.
There you go. I'm up for that.
We need it.
All right, y'all. Everybody have a good weekend. The Chiefs coming up, playoffs or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Super Bowl. There you go. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Everybody.
Super Bowl. Hey. Super Bowl. Get it swole.
Everybody have a wonderful Saturday. This has been Real Talk with Amiri. Peace.